Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Below the Line, where good movies come from the knowledge of it all. I don't know how these things start, but we decided to switch it up for today's topic and episode. I am your host, Zach Houston, and with me, as always, is Andres Ramirez. How are you doing, Andres?
That was such a lovely intro. Yes, we're freaking it in a little bit this week. Good, good. It's below the line about how movies are made, because that's how movies are made below the line. It's our love to the below the line people in a
Yes,
top sheet budget.
you are correct with that. I apologize because I've only heard it like 30 plus times. I should have known that. Where movies are made and how we discuss them.
Well, we're not 30 there. This is our 29th episode. Next week will be our 30th. And it's kind of ironic that I'll be somewhere. We'll reveal it next week. That has a lot of history for cinema. Uh, some great filmmakers have come out from this country, and they've shot a lot of movies with a very famous American actor that is also a writer, director, producer, and actor. Those are the
Ooh.
hints. He's still alive, and he's in his 90s. The actor, the American actor that worked with a lot of these filmmakers from a part of the world that it's to be determined. But yeah, I guess it's ironic that next week we'll be celebrating that, and I'll be in a special place to celebrate it.
Definitely. Well, I look forward to hearing more about it when that time comes.
Let's see if you can get the hint by next week. It's American actor in its 90s who is also a writer, producer, director, and has worked with filmmakers that are not American. And that's a hint. Uh, and very famous composer, too. That has passed away. That's a good hint. Let's see how
That is.
many people in the audience can guess who I'm talking about.
Well, we'll
Um,
see. But yeah, I mean, to start this week, how has your week been? What kind of films have you seen? Any TV shows at all?
as people probably heard my voice last week, hopefully I sound better. I did got sick. I watched Iron Man, the first Iron Man.
Hmm.
And it's just kind of crazy to go back and reminisce the early days of the MCU and appreciate how, you know, well paced that film is. Like, without being a superhero film, it's a very good film and a good character study. And it's nice to see Robert Downey Jr. take the role so serious compared to newer actors in the MCU. So I really appreciated that film a lot. And it's been like 20 years since I've not seen it. So I really liked it. And that theme, the dun 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 dun, it's so good. It kind of sucks that they didn't brought it back for like Avengers or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. No, and it's nice. I mean, I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I watched a clip of it recently and just nice to see them film on location, as weird as it is. Like, actually, when he's coming home from being trapped in Afghanistan, actually have like a real cargo plane and him stepping out and have like real cars and other trucks and weapons move around. I don't know. There's something that feels a lot more authentic than what we were getting before.
Yeah, it feels more practical. It feels like, I know it's a cliche thing to say, but it feels like they don't make movies like this anymore, if you know
Yeah.
what I mean. It sort of feels from a time before Marvel became Marvel. Because while it has humor, it's not the cliche Marvel humor, if you know what I mean.
Oh
It's like
yeah.
its own humor. It's very well directed by John Favreau. And, it's before the MCU became the MCU, and I think that's good.
I agree. But
I also watched, okay, this is a guilty pleasure, but The Summer I Turned Pretty.
oh jeez.
But yeah, mainly been gaming a lot. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Uh, so fun game, but it's getting somewhat tedious. The level of structure is the same, so I'm looking forward to get to the end.
And just finish it up and just sell it again. I get you. I get you. I
Yeah,
still want to get it, but ideally, once I get a little bit more money. For me, this week I had my engagement party, so that was a lot of fun.
congratulations. How did that go? I was unable
Wonderful.
to go.
We had a wonderful time, the two of us. She looked beautiful, the missus or future missus, and we a lot of driving. I had to go across the lower mainlands a few times, but we had a really, really good time overall. And family was there, and they were very supportive of us, and it was just a very nice kind of small gathering of people closest to us.
I'm sure it was great. I was there in presence.
It's understandable, man. It's totally understandable. As long as you're
Um,
coming for the wedding.
I'll be there. So no movies, or were you able to fit them in your schedule?
Well, I was. Thankfully, I managed to see two our topics for today that are a little surprising, especially one of them that ended up being the number one movie at the
Yeah.
box office. And reading this year alone is Warner Brothers' seventh number one in 2025, more than any other studio thus far. The movie I'm talking about, of course, is Zach Krager's Weapons, starring Josh Brolin and Julia Garner, I believe that's who it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, and not starring Pedro Pascal.
Well, it was going to fun fact. It
I
was
know, but the tagline sort of has become, "Oh, the movie is not starring Pedro Pascal." To be fair, I'm glad he was not in the film because Josh Brolin's character outfit looks so close to Joel.
yeah, it would have just been another role similar to that, and it's another father role that he probably just could have done in his sleep by now.
I mean, it's all he plays. He's a father in The Mandalorian. He's a father in The Last of Us. He's a father in Fantastic Four. I think his only different role this year has been The Materialists.
True. Well, he was kind of a daddy to Dakota Johnson.
For a part of the film, yes, but not in that way. He was the sugar daddy. Is that the right term
Yeah,
here?
sugar daddy. Well, I think the only movie that I've ever seen him in that he wasn't playing that kind of role is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent and the second Kingsman, because he
Have you
wasn't a
seen
dad.
Eddington,
Eddington? No, I haven't seen Eddington.
the Ari Aster movie that flopped?
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Well, I think his best performance still is in Game of Thrones.
You
Before
think so?
Game of Thrones. Well, I think he's a good character actor, but I don't know, whatever type of reason Hollywood has chosen to cast him as daddy, not as an actor, if you know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean. But speaking of
Like,
Barry Oster, I mean, man, talk about a one-trick pony. Like, I think the guy just got full of himself after Hereditary because he has not been able to recapture that golden standard.
well, I think he has also done very bizarre films. He did what, The Lighthouse? No, or The
No,
Lighthouse
you're
was.
thinking of Robert Eggers.
They're kind of close because they work in the same genre, but yeah, I mean, Hereditary was such a hard movie to follow. But, I have not seen it back, but I think that movie had a lot of hype. And I don't know if the hype is still the same as it was back in the day.
No, it
I
really wasn't. He did Beau is Afraid with Joaquin Phoenix, and I actually really can't stand that movie. I thought it was
have
terrible.
not seen it.
It's not very good. But this movie is that we're talking about
So,
weapons.
yeah, Weapons. Going back to that box office thing, it is the second horror movie by Warner to reach the top one in the box office
Actually,
alongside
third, if you can
Sinners.
believe it.
What's the third one?
Final Destination.
Okay, you got me there. I was thinking that's more horror comedy.
Fair, fair.
But yeah, you are right. So three horror movies.
Mm-hmm. Nope,
Um,
it's a strong genre this year, and honestly, it's nice to see originality kind of be forefront, especially with how creative some of these horror movies are being. Like,
Together too.
Oh yeah, together. Even though it wasn't like number one, it's still ranked like number four for Neon. So that's a
It was
win
a
in of
smaller
it.
movie.
Yeah.
It was a smaller movie. Um, so, what are your thoughts in Weapon? Because I just watched it, but I really want to hear your thoughts first.
Well, for me, and we won't spoil it this episode just because I think, we want to give
We will
people a
talk
fair.
spoilers in the future.
Yeah, but I think the movie was really clever. I personally kind of saw it as a take the Pied Piper meets something out of classic Children of the Corn or Stephen King style story, where it's a mystery and very much a basis of where these children are being led and where they need to be found, and just some pretty gruesome imagery I haven't seen since like the first Insidious movie, and done in a way where it's not like stupid cheap ghost jump scares, but like actually terrifying. Like it lingers, similar to his movie Barbarian. Actually, I do like this movie a lot better than Barbarian, even though it's very
Mm.
much paced similarly. And for those who have seen Barbarian, you know what I'm talking about, because there is a bit of a flashback that leads to a certain event, or flash forward, I guess.
Yeah, although, yeah, no, I agree. It is very similar to Barbarian in its structurally, not in plot, but in
Yeah,
its
not in plot.
structure,
No, no, the way it's structured, I should specify.
in how it's written, of course. No, I agree with you. I still like Barbarian more
Okay.
because so I was very engaged with the first and second acts of this film, but by the third act, I was a little bit disappointed that we really didn't get the answers regarding the mystery 100%. Let a lot of it remain unseen or untold because I think we didn't get the. We don't know if the narrator is reliable, and we never get to see the point of view of the narrator. I mean, you could argue the whole film is the narrator's point of view, but the film structurally changes the perspective.
Hmm.
So I don't know what was real, what was not real, if that makes sense.
No, I get you. I get you. I think there was a reliable narrator personally, but it's very much, you know, unfolding of events as they occur. Because I mean, the main character, Justine, I think her name is very much center to the whole thing, and she's trying to figure out what's going on from her class, and is basically being watched all the time by people who think she had something to do with it, and her boyfriend
In
being
the
a.
first act, and to a second degree, the second act, but I think the third act, there's some things that she should have noticed that could have solved the mystery faster. And it's a very particular moment between her and another character that I won't say more, but it's like, interesting. And you didn't say more about it when the police came and talked to you. I'm sure you know what I mean.
I
If
do.
you,
Yeah.
I thought Barbarian was more cohesive and explained the monster at the end easier.
Which that's fair. That's fair. I just didn't like the twist of Barbarian at the end. Personally, I thought it kind of did the movie dirty versus this one, which yeah, it's a little more traditional, but I would take it because it is still creepy.
You
And I
mean the
mean,
twist that it was a Me Too reference in
yeah,
Barbarian?
yeah, Me Too reference exactly.
But wouldn't you say that the reference in this film is alleged to gun violence in schools?
Oh yeah, 100%. I just think that's a better message, honestly,
It
than.
is, but it is not because there's only one sequence where he hints at this being like a mass shooting, kind of.
Yeah,
Because there's also some other elements that make you confused whether that's the thing. And apparently, you were talking to Stephen King. You know why it's 217? This is not a spoiler, but why the kids disappear at 217?
how come?
You don't know.
No, I
Apparently,
don't
it's
know.
because that is the the room number in the book The Shining instead of 237 on Kubrick's
Oh,
film. So it's a homage to Stephen King's room number of The Shining, which is
the proper
217 in the
Shining.
book.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if that's the proper Shining. I think the film is clever, but it's not the book Shining, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, oh, absolutely not. But yeah, no, I just think it was paced very well. I liked the performances a lot. Benedict Wong, finally something that isn't related to Wong in the end. I know there's a lot of Marvel actors in this, but it was just kind of nice to see him step out of something different.
I wonder if this was a Silver Sulfur meets Thanos before they actually meet in the multiverse. Well, technically, it's Thanos, Silver Sulfur, and Wong, right?
Yeah, technically.
I love his Train to Busan running, if
I
you know what I mean.
know what you mean.
It was fun. So I wanted to ask you a question. So
Yes.
you're an executive at Warner. You
Hmm.
have these two films. Who do you push for Best Picture, Sinners or Weapons?
I go more Sinners, honestly. I think that one just
Okay.
had more of an impact. Like, don't get me wrong, Weapons is doing phenomenal. I can't wait to see it keep going, but I think Sinners was definitely like the more cultural phenomenon that's going to get referenced later versus I think he needs one more movie. Like this is Krager definitely is showing himself to be a strong filmmaker outside of his debut cuz I mean, did you ever watch Miss March?
No, but it was a different genre, right?
Oh, it's comedy and it was terrible. It was just not good. It's actually my least favorite comedy, fun fact. So the fact he rebounded from that is all the more impressive.
He's more like a Jordan Peele, apparently. I think so.
Yeah,
My
definitely Jordan
question
Peele.
to you, I agree. I think Sinners will be pushed. He could maybe get nominated for screenplay, maybe.
Yep.
Apparently, the visual reference of how the kids are moving is based on an image from a girl being bombed by the napalm in Vietnam. It's apparently a very famous image. How she's running towards the camera in that
Oh yes,
picture.
yes. Another one you're
Uh,
talking about.
Apparently, he described it like that on the script. But I think he could get nominated for a screenplay. But my question to you as a follow up is so he's a hot director, right? Hot
Hmm.
screenwriter. Has a formula because his films are formulaic in a sense that they're puzzles. Both of his horror films, his most successful films, have been that way. Do you think his next film has to be different so he's not labeled the new M Night?
No, I think he's proven himself with these two movies because yeah, they do have a structure very similar to one another. But I think he mentioned that he wrote a film for DC that I am curious to see if he's ever going to pitch it. I don't
Oh,
know
to
if you've
James
heard of
Gunn.
it. James Gunn, yeah, it's called Henchman, and it's very similar to a Batman the Animated Series episode where it's from the perspective of a henchman and just what they see through the eyes and how they react to the supervillain bosses that they work for. So I'm curious to see how far he'll take that and just, what's
Oof.
more to come if he can do more than just horror.
That would be a really hard pitch to sell to DC right now, though.
Yeah,
I
still
mean,
worth a try though.
it could be in a DC Elseworlds, but I think right now the DC needs consistency. Like, I mean, he could direct like a Batman film. I think he knows how to create atmosphere, but so does Matt Reeves. So I don't know.
True.
So, would you recommend the film to people
Yes.
that did not watch it on the first week?
I would recommend it. I think it's worth watching and checking out. And if you have, like, just be warned, you are going to be spooked if you don't have the stomach for some of the graphic imagery on this. I think, yeah, it's worthwhile to check out.
Theater streaming quality.
Theater quality, definitely theater.
I
But
agree with you. I don't think it's that spooky. It's grotesque. There's a lot
yeah,
of blood, and there's a sequence where it's it it's close to being campy, but it's cool. But it can be camp. You could either laugh or you could be like, what am I watching? If you know what I mean, you know what I mean, Zach.
Yeah, I
It's a
do.
very particular scene that it's camp, but it makes sense within the context of the film. I did laugh. It's more grotesque than spooky. It's more atmospheric, I
Yeah.
would
Oh,
say.
absolutely.
So there's another movie that came out.
Yeah.
I have not watched it. Did you
But
like it?
I did. So going for the first film, I actually do remember watching it quite a bit and renting it at
So
Blockbuster.
to give context, this is Freaky Friday with Lindsay
Yes.
Lohan and now Academy Award winner Jamie Lee Curtis, known for her role in Halloween.
And also many others. This is like her first big role since winning the Oscar, I think, in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh,
And yeah,
she was in Haunted Mansion too.
oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing. No, damn, I forgot about that.
I guess she has a working relationship with Disney.
I mean, yeah, if you do, and her films seem to be the only ones from their live action output that they're still distributing in theaters. Though I did hear this was meant to be released in Disney Plus, but it got the big screen upgrade because they
Treatment
wanted to make money. Yeah, they did.
like Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, won't make as much, but hey, you know what? Honestly, it kind of reminded me of going to see a Disney movie of that caliber in the 2000s and 90s again on
Oh,
the big screen because they don't do that very much anymore.
they
And
don't.
I don't know, this one had a little more edge to it. There's four of them swapping bodies, and I don't know, it allows for more dynamic, and you get to see both Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan play teenagers again. So I think that's pretty fun. Nice to see Chad Michael Murray again. He was hilarious. He actually had a pretty funny running gag in the whole movie. And it's shot well. Surprisingly, this movie's kind of fun with how they do the body swap at first because there's a lot of camera motion and movements. A rotating 360 gimbal is used quite a bit throughout it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. So yeah, I honestly say go check it out, and I recommend it because it was funny. It was just reminded me of that last movie, but was different enough that I was okay to sit through.
So, what is the premise of the film?
If you've seen the first one, you know this one. It's
Well,
pretty much
I know the first one.
it's the
Daughter
same.
and mother hate each other and they swap bodies.
Yes, and this time it's a little different because the mom and the daughter kind of get along, but now the daughter has a daughter of her own, and she's getting married to this guy who has a daughter of his own, and they're becoming stepsisters. They don't like each other, so they switch
Oh,
the grandma and the mom's body, whereas they switch into the teenagers. They're the adults living in the bodies of the kids, and they're living the adult life. So yeah, a little
so the
more.
ordinary world is Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis characters. They get along.
Yep.
Lindsay Lohan has daughter. She's about to get remarried with a stepdaughter, and the
Hmm.
stepdaughters hate each other.
Correct.
So why do the? I guess that's a question. That's a spoiler, but why do the moms get swapped?
They don't get along initially for a moment, and it's
Okay,
to teach them a lesson because there's a little conflict with her potentially moving to another country, and
Lindsay
she doesn't want
Lohan.
to do that. Yeah, no, Lindsay Lohan's daughter, and she doesn't
Oh,
want to. She wants to live with her grandma, and really, they just need to be more open with their communication.
so they do a good enough setup, bringing the characters back and making sure you care about them, and it's not just nostalgia grab.
Correct. Yeah.
But I bet there's a sequence where Jamie Lee Curtis plays the guitar.
No, actually, that doesn't happen.
No, they
Nope.
didn't do the nostalgia bait of that.
Nope, nope. You think they're gonna do something like that, but they don't. So kudos, hand clap to them.
Okay, good, good. I guess a hard question is it a streaming movie or is it a movie that you should watch in?
I mean, honestly, you could watch it on streaming. You wouldn't be missing anything. But I liked it enough that I paid to go see it, and I had a really good time. It was a fun movie, and it was nice to see Lindsay Lohan back on the big screen. I think she had a cameo in that Mean Girls a few years ago, the remake
Yeah, yeah,
musical
yeah.
adaptation. But I don't know. I kind of like this one a little more to see her again.
I mean, it was a weird cameo with Brendan Rapp, that Mean Girls, the musical Mean Girls.
That was very
Be-
weird.
It was
Not a
a.
good
I mean,
movie.
the Broadway show is better. I'll say that. I
Yeah.
think it's a better musical. That one felt like a weird musical, and they miscast the guy so bad because the guy could not sing.
No, he could
Like
not for the life of him.
the love interest was bad. Okay, we have a couple of minutes, but okay, you mentioned this idea of Disney not being able to make this type of movies. Out of
Mhm.
all the 2000s catalog, which film do you think they should bring back?
Holes. I think they have a perfect opportunity if they could do Holes again, or at the very least, the sequel, Small Steps. I think would be a great adaptation for them to take
That's
on.
with Shia
Shia
LaBeouf,
LaBeouf.
right?
Yeah.
Could the studio bring him back though?
Well, no, no. I mean, just redo it. Like if
Oh,
they wanted,
redo
yeah,
it. I meant like a legacy sequel.
then I'd have to go and say, oh, geez, that's a tough one. Maybe a proper Mighty Ducks sequel.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Like
You
it's
know
hard.
which one I would love to see?
Which one?
Cheaper by the dozen?
Oh no, nah. I'm okay with that.
No, but like a sequel with like what's his name? Steve Martin.
Yeah,
Like you bring Lacey McGuire, Hilary Duff, the guy from Smallville, all those actors back and do like the cheaper by cheaper dozen.
I guess. I don't know. I rewatched the first movie recently. It wasn't great. I remember liking the second one a little more. I just thought it was Steve Martin dicking around with a bunch of kids, and it's not very
I
funny.
mean,
There's so many of them, and they're not very
both movies
likable,
are.
the kids. Nah, I wouldn't
I
want to see
mean, Taylor Lautner back in the role.
that.
I mean,
I,
he probably would accept.
I wouldn't mind seeing like Race to Witch Mountain, like a sequel to that, the Dwayne Johnson one from the 2000s.
I mean, he's busy, but he has a good relationship uh
Disney.
with
So
Disney. That one
yeah,
was with Anna Sophia Robb, right?
yep, that was.
And Alex, the blonde kid from the Hunger Games, right?
Yep.
Like he gets killed in the first movie.
He
Uh,
does. He does.
you know which one I would love to see the third one? No, National Treasure.
Which one?
National Treasure
Oh,
3.
National Treasure 3. I think that's everyone's dream. They don't want a
I
G Force.
mean, they set it up. He showed him the book of presidents. It's been like 20 years and I've been waiting to see what's on the book of presidents. Like, what treasure is he going to go and find?
Yeah.
I don't know. That was my way of learning somewhat American history through Nicolas Cage telling me the Declaration of Independence. I remember the first time I went to DC, I was very little and I asked the employee next to the Declaration of Independence, like, hey man, so how many people have asked you about the map? And he was like, literally every day somebody asks about the map. I don't know. I think it's funny, but I would love to see a third one. But I think in Disney fashion, they really screwed up the franchise with the Disney Plus show. But
Yeah.
I don't know. What's
So
another good 2000s film from that era?
I don't know. I don't know. Trying to think.
Pirates.
Pirates. Well, I think we'd all want pirates to come back if
But it
they
has
could
to
do it
be with the
with
right
Johnny Depp,
director.
with the right director.
Well, I think they had to bring back that energy from the first one and that practical effect from the first three. Like, I don't know, the third one looks better than half of the movies that have come out in the last 2 years, CGI wise. I think that was a peak. But I also think it has to be a director that understands how to work with Johnny Depp and pushes him forward. Like, I don't know. I was never a fan of the replacements that they were trying to, I guess, make happen in the last film. Because the last film promised that, what's his name? The octopus man, uh, that is after Orlando Bloom's character. Harvey Dent. No, it's not
Davy
Harvey
Jones.
Dent.
Davy
Yeah,
Jones. Yeah.
Davy Jones is still alive, but they haven't made that film happen because the last one was not as successful as Disney really likes these movies to be,
No, they only continue to get like less and less with their box office. So,
and they became more expensive. Who knows? It might be time to bring them back because the superheroes are dying.
and just random legacy sequels to 2000 films that were popular for a brief period of time.
I mean, it's a nostalgia, right? Like they're remaking Hercules. Why not make Pirates 7? I mean, look, it seemed to work for Warner, right? Final
Yep.
Destination is a legacy sequel in its own right because it is a legacy sequel, and it worked. It was decently budget, but I guess it doesn't work all the time because I know what you did last summer did not do well. So I don't know. It has to be a legacy sequel with heart. I think that's a key.
Well, effort. And even like Final Destination was just another, entry in the series. Unlike
Kind of.
ish, we'll see.
They
But
tried to tie it back.
yeah, they did. But would you like to close this episode since I was the one that started it?
Yeah, I just want to ask you one more question. What's coming out next week?
Ooh, next week we have. I gotta look that up actually, because we've got the movie Fix coming out this week, that Gendy Tartakovsky adult animated film. Oh,
Theatrically or streaming?
oh, streaming. Oh, and for those who don't know, my second season of Sausage Party is coming out on Wednesdays, so definitely look out for that. I think we topped ourselves with season two with all the hard work everybody did. But yeah, Nobody
Okay,
Two is like the biggest.
next. Oh, Nobody 2. Really good film.
Oh, you've
Action.
seen it?
No, no, no. I have not seen it, but I expect it to be good because the team is the same team behind John Wick, and I expect it to be fun.
I actually think the movie's gonna be awful. Like from what I've seen in the trailers, it just looks really terrible. I don't know why. I can't really describe it. It doesn't look very good.
So, are we reviewing Sausage Party, your work?
Yes, we are. This is an exclusive, season two recollection of it for the episode. So
Maybe you should try bring somebody so they give us horror stories. Maybe Sid.
I'm the one that can give the horror. No, there were no horror stories. It was fun.
Maybe Sid can crash up in our podcast and be like, "What's up, guys?" But he's probably busy filming the studio season 2 or something.
Yeah, he is. He's a
He's.
very busy guy right now.
Are you guys renewed for season 3?
I don't know yet, sadly. My hope is that it might happen down the line, but I mean, with the announcement that Shrek 5 today just got delayed into 2027, and our
Really?
director, yeah, we just found out about that. It's coming out June 30th, 2027. And the director who did Sausage Party is the director of Shrek 5, who also did the second film. So,
Oof. So that was next year, right?
yeah, we gotta wait.
December.
Yeah, we gotta. Now it's for June 2027. We have to wait more for our beloved.
Okay. So the first December movie of 2026 bites the dust.
We'll see. I mean, they had to move out of Avengers Endgame,
Well,
so
the thing is, do you think Avengers Endgame will make it to the?
Doomsday. Why did I say Endgame?
Well,
Doomsday.
Doomsday. Do you think Doomsday will make that release date?
We'll
Where
see.
the script is not written as we speak. So I mean, who knows? Star Wars might save the day
Who knows?
because Star Wars is scheduled for May 4th, right?
Yep.
The
For
Ryan
Mandalorian.
Gosling Ryan Gosling. What is it? The Mandalorian or is it the
Oh, The
Ryan Gosling?
Mandalorian and Grogu comes out in May, but Star Wars Starfighter, when does that one come out?
That's a Sean Levy one, right?
Yeah, that's 2027. That comes out. I don't know what day it comes out. I'm
I
looking it up.
forgot about the Mandalorian and Grogu one.
Well, that's maybe not a good sign. May 28th, 2027. So these movies are coming back to being released in May.
Okay, back to May the 4th type
Yeah,
of thing. Yeah, I forgot about Mandalorian and Grogu, to be honest.
that's probably not a good sign.
I mean, maybe Gina Carano, now that she has settled, can be in the film. Yeah, she's settled with Disney, and she probably will get her job back. And that's a good thing for her. I don't know. I don't care. Star Wars is kind of, as you can clearly see live, learning in my head.
I,
Uh,
it's not on our priority list right now, to say the least.
well, none of the franchises are, to be honest. All of them are slowly dying, kind of. I don't know. I mean, we have Avatar, but it's Avatar,
Yeah.
and Mission Impossible just ended. There's no more franchises, I guess. Maybe Spider
No.
Man. Maybe.
Well, with Brand New Day filming right now, I mean, it's going to continue on for a while.
I mean,
But
that one seems good. Seems good. But it's the same director by Shang-Chi.
yeah. Well, with
And Shang-Chi was half good, half bad. I mean, I cannot remember what was that film about.
I saw it in theaters once. I know it did well with the Mandarin. And other than that, I got nothing. This guy appearing in Avengers Doomsday
But do
years
you
up.
remember what happened in that film?
No, I don't.
I just remember there was a dragon and what's her name from that the Asian actress that was in Mermaid? Uh
Aquafina.
yeah, I just remember Aquafina shooting an arrow to the dragon at the end and that this dude had rings he could play with. And that's all I remember. I don't remember. And I think Hulk was in the in the post credit scene. I think that's all I
Yeah, he
remember.
was. He was with Captain Marvel.
Oh, so I guess that's not going to be paid off
No,
because Captain Marvel is not in the film. Well, unless they secretly are hiding her casting.
we'll see.
Who knows? Anyways, I guess it's up to me to sign off. That was a little bit
Yep.
of extra nerding out. Well, thank you guys so much for listening at Below the Line, the show about how movies are made. His name is Zach, and you can find him at the real Zach Houston. Is that right? Did I get it?
It was the Zach Houston, but
The
that's
Zach
okay. That's
Houston.
that's
And
to
you
make
can
up the fact that I messed up the beginning.
and I am Andres, and you can find me at Jaro2096. Oh boy, this is hard. And we appreciate you for listening to us. We'll be back next week to celebrate our 30th episode, and we'll see you guys soon. And please like, subscribe, and follow us on both Spotify and YouTube. We'll have fun surprises coming soon. Anything to add, Zach? Did I screw it up or did I not?
Nope, you're all good. This is us, and you have a wonderful evening, folks, or afternoon or morning, whenever you listen.
Bye bye. Bye
Bye.
bye, Zach.
Bye bye.